much is enough? See, I find myself asking this question time and time again because I feel like we live in an era where consumerism and big business has continued to push the limits of what we feel is socially acceptable. I feel like we live in an era where there's a new product coming out every single day. Something newer, something better, something faster. They're coming out so fast that nobody can keep up with these trends that are coming out by the day, by the hour, or by the minute. And advertisers and big businesses using our social media platforms in order to curate our feed and telling us that what we want is actually something that we need. And more than something that we need, it's something that we desire. It doesn't matter what you set out to do in life, there will always be something bigger, something better, something faster. These companies have told us that keeping up with the Joneses is a standard, that you have to keep up. And if you can't keep up, you're going to get left behind, struggling harder and harder to be more like the person to the left and right if you want to live a happy and successful life. They convince us that by buying more, it will make you happier, and I don't believe this to be true. Their job as an advertiser is to convince you, the consumer, to spend your hard-earned dollar on their new product. And they're going to try everything within their power to make you do exactly that. How far is it going to go before we can take a step back as a society and realize that what we already have is enough? So the original feeling of being satisfied with very little came to me after I graduated Army basic training and was transitioning into moving into my advanced individual training. I stood there in processing with the clothes on my back and one standard issue military green duffel bag in my hand. Inside that duffel bag, it had everything that I needed in order to survive. It had everything that I had lived off of for the last 10 weeks while I was at basic training. And standing there with next to nothing, I didn't feel any voids of emptiness. And in fact, I actually felt the most fulfilled I'd ever felt in my entire life, knowing that everything I had and everything that I needed was standing right in front of me. It was in that moment that I had finally felt freed. It felt as if a major weight had been lifted off my shoulders, knowing that there wasn't anything that I needed at that moment. Of course, I had just gone 10 weeks without connection to the outside world, and there were things I wanted. I wanted a new camera, I wanted a laptop for editing, for entertainment, and maybe even a pair of jeans to go out and wear on the weekends. But those were wants, those weren't needs. And that was a real eye-opener to me in that moment. It was something that I realized that I didn't need anything more than what was right in front of me. During my first phase of training, I took a photograph of my roommate as he was reviewing his notes from earlier that day. And what was interesting is it wasn't the best photograph in the world. It wasn't the most compositionally correct photograph. It didn't have the best lighting. But what it did tell is a story. It told a story of our lives in that moment of time. And it was really interesting as I turned the camera around and I showed my roommate the LCD. That was the first thing that he mentioned, as he said, "Wow, this is a great photograph. Everything in our lives is captured right here in this moment." And it was true. Everything we needed, our PT belt, our backpacks, our camelbacks, our books, our uniforms, our beds, and our wall lockers were all in this photograph. It was a special moment for the both of us because it was that moment that we had realized that we do not require much in order to have a complete and a fulfilled life. At the core, us humans are very simple creatures. We really only require 3 things to survive: food, water, and a safe place for us to lay our heads at night. But that's not to say that that's everything that we truly need. Everything else we bring into our lives is either an entertainment, an enjoyment, or a comfort. And it's these things we must regulate and be very particular at what we choose to bring into our lives. And I can never tell you how much is enough. That is a question that only you can answer because you are the one that is in control of your own destiny. You control how much is truly enough, but what I'm here to do is tell you that you more than likely already have enough in your life. You must take a step back before you make your next purchase and ask yourself, will this object add value to my life? And not just value in the moment, but it must add value, long-lasting value, that will help enhance your life every single day. I'm on a constant mission every day to look at the things that I own and determine whether or not those things enhance or add value to my life. If I haven't used it in the last couple weeks or don't plan on using it in the near future, I may consider getting rid of it because it's only there cluttering and distracting me from the things in my life that are truly of value. The next time you go to make a purchase, ask yourself, do I really need this? Is it something that I need, or is it something that I want? And if you say it's something that you need, go ahead, find it on Amazon and add it to your shopping cart. But don't hit that place order button just yet. Take a moment and step back. Leave that item in your shopping cart for 7 days. Let it sit for a week, and then come back to it. After 7 days has passed, ask yourself, do I still need it? Many times I've done this and I've found myself coming back to that object or stumbling upon it a week later in my shopping cart, only to realize that I never needed it in the first place. It was something that some advertiser tricked me into thinking that I needed, and that need was really only a want. Doing this has helped me realize that I already have enough, and I think that it will help you too realize that everything that you own in your life is already enough. So if you'd like to simplify your life and find true happiness in the things that you already own, start with this simple practice. Look around you. Find one thing that you don't use anymore, that doesn't add real value to your life, and get rid of it. Now you can donate it, you can throw it away, I don't care, but take that one object and get it out of your life. Tomorrow, take 2 objects and move them out of your life. The next day, try 3. And what you'll realize is that before you know it, you've continued to move the things out of your life that are only distractions. Now, what I'm not telling you is to get rid of everything, but what I am telling you is to get rid of one thing that fails to enhance your life for the better. Before you realize it, what you'll have done is you've decluttered your life and added clarity to the things that truly